Hey, what's up, Secret Rare Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today I want to talk about something that hasn't really been talked about by anybody. It's kind of a smaller deal, but it's done by a relatively big company or involves them. And I kind of think this is a little goofy, especially if other practices want to do this. It's just, I want to talk about it. Small stuff, may not get out any other way. So, AGS, anybody remember those guys? Automated graded services, automated grade ass services. I don't fucking remember. And, the robo grading, the robo grades, way of the future, master grades, master P, make them say, remember, everybody remember that, right? So, did a video on that previously. You want to check it out right here. Highly recommend it. Otherwise, some of the stuff might not make too much sense. I've talked about before. This is the same company that had that $100,000 Blastoise first edition, which was selling for half of what PSA was actually selling for, but apparently it was just a stunt. So they said, whatever, I'm not here to talk too much about that anymore. So right here, I got Courage Flutes over here on Instagram, and they're essentially saying that they bought a bunch of cards from Whatnot and Drip Streamers that came with AGS grades. Now, this is not uncommon, especially for the other grading services as well. Like, hey, you buy this card, comes with a free PSA grade. Hey, you get a hit, you get like the bounty of some box, comes with a CGC grade. They're partnered, they have this bulk sub, they send it up, sell the cards later, whatever the fuck, doesn't matter, right? Not uncommon. AGS was apparently doing that exact same thing. This person's been waiting 2 to 3 months for their actual cards to come back. Not really super unheard of, especially with the uptick of cards going out again. And it was a 20-day turnaround. It's supposed to be a 20-day grade. That is a little much. They've reached out. They reached out to people. They ain't hearing nothing back. The thing that happened was they had 20 cards, and it was marked as delivered without them being able to get them. And they have screenshots and things like that over here where things are being shown as delivered without them getting it. They said they reached out to customer service over at AGS, and they were like, oh, sorry, we'll get our chances back to you. We'll get back to you as soon as we can. A week passes by. No update, kind of unprofessional, but whatever, especially when you're dealing with someone's cards. Apparently, the cards made it to, like, other people in the community, like 3 of the 20 cards, like, cards that he actually submitted up, and I'm assuming has, like, a grade with it, like an actual cert number. They've made their way out to other people in the community, which is that's some goofy shit. Whatever, I'm sure AGS can handle this stuff right. The thing that got me, and what I want to talk about when it was coming up, and people were saying what to possibly do, it had about 20 comments. All the comments relatively read the exact fucking same. It said there's one person you can call, one fucking masked Avenger, one Batman, who's gonna come in here and fucking solve all the AGS problems. Metalcore. Every single fucking person in this comment section who gave a suggestion on who to contact suggested Metalcore. I'm very familiar with Metalcore. He was someone who was in AGS's pocket for a little bit. I remember him putting up an actual thing where he was buying singles so he can actually get them graded up through AGS. I don't know what he was going to do with them. That post no longer exists on his page. Luckily, I saved that because I thought it might be necessary one day. Thank God I fucking did. And check it out. There's nothing on his page about him being associated with AGS. The last thing he has is like box breaks that he was associated with. But what I find really funny from a relatively big company is AGS, with all these people right here, all these beautiful motherfuckers that apparently can solve all the problems, and it's the way of the future for grading and all that stuff. Metalcore's not on the payroll anywhere. He's not anywhere that I can see on this stuff. He kind of just seems like he's like an affiliate or someone who maybe does work for AGS, but is not mentioned anywhere on AGS's websites, is anywhere where you can contact this guy. And no one's mentioning contacting customer support or anybody in the AGS staff that's actually listed on their website. They're saying call Metalcore, which, yes, he was someone who worked for AGS. But let me ask you this, and let me see if this would actually fly with any other company. Say like, hey, call Opossum Bud to actually get PSA stuff sorted out. I don't work for PSA. I just know some PSA people, right? Would that make sense for a bigger company to do that? No, it would not. AGS is by no means a big company. They did a actual Kickstarter to attempt to get their funds up for some graded cards. It was supposed to be for, how many ever cards went out. They wanted 100,000. They only got funded 37,000, and it was unsuccessfully funded, which I think is kind of weird because anybody can make any fucking card game they want, any tabletop game, and there's a good chance that shit's gonna get funded. And AGS couldn't get funded. I don't know. Master P, I guess, wasn't enough to get them backed up. Real King Pokemon and all his charisma and all the staff that was behind that couldn't get it funded. Oh well, whatever. I don't fucking care. Anyway, I find it funny that one fucking person can apparently solve every problem in AGS, and they are not listed. They don't have a contact number directly to AGS. There's nothing on their website about that. There's nothing on Metalcore saying that he's even affiliated with AGS in that way, shape, form, or fashion. So contact him to reach out to people who actually should be doing their job at AGS. And that should be what that makes no fucking sense. Why would you have to do that? Why would you have to call somebody who's not even like in AGS's contact, like someone who's paid and public, like, yeah, talk to this guy, no, you should be contacting customer service, but no, We got to go through one fucking person. And I shit you not, you can go check out this post. Every single comment reads the same. Contact Metalcore. Why can't you contact someone at AGS? Why is AGS not handling this stuff? Is he the person that handles stuff for AGS? I don't fucking know. But even so, one person should not be handling all these orders. He definitely is not a grader, and he is definitely not someone who handles distro. He's just someone who's going to be like, hey, one pizza, hey, bro, hey, can you put down your like $100,000 Bulbasaur or your fucking Blastoise for 1 second? And can you like look into this, please? That's literally, to my knowledge, what this is going to be. Him actually looking and like telling somebody at AGS to look a little harder into this order. Am I saying he's not doing a good job? No. Am I insulting him for actually helping out AGS? No, not at all. That's great. What I'm saying is, why the fuck is one person responsible for single-handedly lifting up your company like Atlas, just fucking lifting up the entire company on their back? Why? What the fuck, man? Like, you mean to tell me that, like, the company can't hire, like, 3 people to handle that stuff? The big multi-million-dollar company, oh, fucking AGS, baby, to the fucking moon, robo-grades and all that stuff. And look, the other grading companies have their problems. I'm not saying that they're perfect. I don't know, just AGS with this bullshit is a little funky goofy, and there's not even really, like, a good explanation for it. Your business is not bumping. You're not booming. You couldn't get funded successfully. You have a set number of people that really, really like your stuff, and it shows in this comments, and it kind of is like you're not paying, like, super close attention to the niche people that already like you. It's not, your slabs aren't worth much. They don't resell for a lot of money. They're not, like, monetarily incentivized. Your slabs are ugly, in my personal opinion. A lot of people agree with that take from me. So, hey, say what you wish. You have a loyal customer base, a small one, but you have it and you're not really taking care of them. I think it's funny. One motherfucker's supposed to fix this entire thing? I don't think so. That's all I got. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments below. It's just goofy. I saw it. It wasn't making any traction. It had been up for like 3 days and had like 16 likes. So I'm going to talk about it. AGS, hey, fucking, I don't know. Maybe you already fixed it. Maybe you didn't. Doesn't seem like you fixed it. Seems like you got like one person in the community that you gave him like an affiliate tag to. You're like, there, give him some fucking AGS shit and, you know, he'll be just fine. That's all I got. Appreciate it. That's all I got, Virgin. See you later.